There are moments in politics that don't just shift public opinion, they jolt the entire system. And in this hypothetical political scenario, we just watched something unfold that did exactly that. A federal judge didn't dismiss a major case because of weak evidence or lack of merit, but because of a procedural issue with enormous consequences. And the twist nobody expected. The reason behind that ruling triggered a political chain reaction, one that flipped the narrative, stunned Washington insiders, and forced both parties to reconsider their strategies heading into the next election cycle. But what really set the internet on fire was the response from Attorney General Pam Bondi. Her warning cut through the noise instantly and showed everyone that this fight was nowhere near finished. Today, we're breaking down the entire story step by step, so you see the full picture of the strategy behind the headlines and why this moment is bigger than anyone expected. Let's start with the core event. Judge Cameron Curry, in this scenario, dismissed the indictment because the official who presented it, Lindsay Halligan, did not have the proper Senate-confirmed authority to initiate that process. At first glance, this might sound like nothing more than a bureaucratic oversight, a paperwork glitch, but legally it's much more significant, because if the person presenting the indictment lacked the required constitutional authority, then every action taken under that appointment becomes invalid: signatures, filings, grand jury presentations, all of it. And here's the important part. The case was dismissed without prejudice. That means prosecutors can return with a new filing, but only if they do it correctly with a properly authorized official. This is where the deadline problem comes in. If the statute of limitations has already expired, certain charges might not be refiled. That raises the stakes massively. In this scenario, one case like the one involving a former senior official was filed just before the statute of limitations expired. That means the dismissal could shut the door permanently. But the case connected to Letitia James, there's still time. That one can be brought back cleanly and legally with proper authorization. So while one case may be dead, the other is very much alive, and that distinction reshaped the political battlefield instantly. Now let's talk about the moment that shifted everything: Pam Bondi's sharp response. Reporters expected a cautious statement, maybe even a hint of retreat. Instead, Bondi came out swinging, promising immediate appeals and vowing that the fight for accountability was not over. Her message was clear and forceful. This dismissal was a setback, not a surrender. That single moment flipped the political narrative from administration defeated to administration doubling down. Supporters rallied, opponents scrambled, and the momentum changed hands. Then came the press moment. A spokesperson was pressed aggressively by reporters demanding to know whether the administration was rattled. And instead of backing down, she delivered firm answers that went viral within hours. Depending on your perspective, it was either strength under pressure or stubborn denial, but either way, it shifted public attention back toward the administration's determination. While that legal controversy was exploding, another move was happening behind the scenes. A new healthcare framework was being prepared. Not a full overhaul, but a strategic proposal aimed at showing the administration was engaging the issue, something Republicans have struggled with politically for years. Rolling out a healthcare blueprint during a chaotic news cycle, this is not an accident, that's timing. And politically, it softened one of the biggest criticisms the administration faces. Then came the SNAP story, and this one hit the public on an emotional level. Reports of fraud, mismanagement, and shocking oversight failures sparked outrage. One viral interview featuring an able-bodied man openly refusing to work while expecting benefits poured gasoline on the fire. Suddenly, welfare reform wasn't just a policy debate. It became a symbolic battle over responsibility, fairness, and trust. This narrative was extremely difficult for Democrats to counter in the moment. Put all of these events together: the legal twist, Bondi's aggressive response, the viral press briefing, the healthcare proposal, and the SNAP scandal, in a larger pattern emerges. The administration took a situation that looked like a loss and used it to build momentum. Whether you agree with the politics or not, the strategy is undeniable. This was a masterclass in flipping the narrative. So now the question is yours. Do you think this approach will reshape the political landscape heading into the next election? Will the appeal succeed? Will the second case return? And how will voters respond to the SNAP and healthcare developments? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if this breakdown helped you see the full picture, and subscribe for more deep dive political analysis.